What is going on, guys? This is TITUS FOREX, aka King of the Charts. So today we basically be talking about factors and rules to consider when setting stop loss for maximum profitability. So before moving on to that, what is stop loss and take profit? Stop loss is what stops you from taking more losses, while take profit is what helps you take out your desired profit. Okay, stop loss stops you from taking more losses, while take profit helps you take out your desired profit. Talking on the importance of stop loss and take profit in our next video, but right now, how do you really set stop loss and take profits the right way? Because many of us, I believe many of us might have been experienced something like this, whereby let's say you have a resistance zone and a support zone, get me? And let's say you have to take your trade from the third touches. Okay, now you've plotted your support zone, plotted your resistance zone. Actually waiting for here for price to drop down to this point, and then you do what? You pick a buy, isn't it? Now many of us might have taken a buy from here, and then stop loss was just below this point, and then the market did this. Then he came here again to take another sell. Then the market did this. It was not like the market was against you, but no, the market wasn't. Just that you set your stop loss and your take profit the wrong way. Many of us have also experienced this when it comes to setting our take profit, whereby let's say we have a demand zone over here, and then price retrace back to this demand zone, as you all know. Normally you have to take a buy from this point. This is the demand zone here. Now many of us might have experienced stuff like this, whereby our take profit was here. This was where you set your take profit, like for instance. And then maybe you are targeting a 1:8 risk to reward ratio, 1:10 risk to reward ratio. And then price went up, stopped at this area, and dropped back and took you out. You get me? And so at that point, like you were up like with a lot of profits, just few pips to your stop loss, and the price reversed back. I believe a lot of us must have faced this. Now, it's just because you are not setting your stop loss and take profits the right way. You're actually setting it with the casual way that retail traders set it. You have to set your stop losses like the banks so that they won't take you out. You get, because they are the banks that are always taking retail traders out. So when you set your take profit and stop loss like a retail trader, you will also be taken out as a retail trader. So we're going to be talking about the two rules to set stop loss and also to set take profit. Now let's go with stop loss. What are the two rules of setting your stop loss? The first rule to consider when setting stop loss is don't set your stop losses at obvious zones. Don't set your stop losses at obvious zones. And also give your trades a breathing room. Okay. Don't set your stop losses at obvious zones and then give your trades a breathing room. A lot of us just set stop loss anyhow without even giving trades breathing room, and we expect it to magically conform to what we want it to be. So those are the two major rules when it comes to setting stop loss. Let's just take you guys directly to examples. Now, for instance, this is a support region, isn't it? This is a support region. You would have taken a buy from this third touch here. What you get in many trading books, or what you get from many people, is that set your stop loss just below what? Below the support zone, and then you take profit wherever you want to. Now, if you just do that, you most likely will be taking a lot of losses, because at that point you're setting your stop loss like a retail trader. So banks are definitely going to take you out, because they will always come. Then the banks know a lot of retail trader stop losses are under here. So number one, don't set stop loss at an obvious zone. This is an obvious zone. Setting your stop loss here is very, very obvious that price might just get there and take you out. And give your trades breathing room. At this point now, there's no breathing space for your trade. Like if trade just goes against you few pips, you'll be taken out. So always, number one, it shouldn't be at obvious zones. At least zones like this are not obvious, and your trade has a lot of breathing space. If this trade takes you out, it means that this setup is invalidated. It won't work any longer. Anything that makes this stop loss take you out, it won't work any longer. So that's one of the major ways to set stop loss. I'm going to give you guys more examples, but let me move on to the the two rules of setting your take profit. Number one rule of setting take profit is like you should set it at the nearest support or resistance zone, or supply or demand zone, or setting it at the nearest reversal point. Okay, either you set your stop loss at the nearest support, resistance, supply, or demand zone, or set it at the nearest what reversal point. Now, if you were to set your first take profit, it would have been at this nearest reversal point. This was the nearest reversal point. This is where your first take profit would have been, or it would have been at this nearest supply zone here. You can see immediately price got to that supply zone, it just started reversing. So imagine if you set your take profit somewhere here, and price would have just reversed. Okay, it didn't go against you, but being on the safer side, always set your stop loss at either the nearest reversal zone or your nearest supply zone, demand zone, support or resistance zone. Okay, that's how you can get maximum profitability in trading, because at that point there's no stress in your trading, because only this retracement alone can serve as stress to a lot of traders who are not yet who doesn't have stable psychology level yet. So let's move on to other examples. Stop loss and take profit. Now, this is also another example here. Now you can see this. Let's move on to, let's say, the 1 hour time frame. Let me show you what I mean. Now you can see this is an area of support, isn't it? This is an area of support. On a normal day, you have to set your stop loss below what? Below your zone. And your take profit would have been anywhere you like. Normally, you just, okay, let's say I want to have 1:10. You just fix 1:10 and wait for price to get to 1:10. And the market doesn't just reverse anywhere. The market has points where it reverses. So always aim for those points. Always aim for those points. Right now, your stop loss would have been what you would have, first of all, given your trade a breathing space, and then it would have been an obvious zone. Right now, this zone is not obvious at all. This zone now is not obvious. Even if price was to come down further, this demand zone here would have also been a factor why you should have not set your stop loss at that point, because price can also decide to drop down and take this demand zone. So don't always set your stop losses at obvious zones, and always give your trade some breathing room. Now you can see the breathing room that we gave this trade here, and you can see how it dropped in, take out a lot of people's stop loss here, started reversing. Now your take profit should always be where at your nearest reversal zone. This would have been your first take profit if you wanted to have TP1. And then this would have been what? Your second take profit. This other one here, if you wanted to have TP2. Okay, it's actually the best. So the moment your trade have breathing room, like trade is going to go against, like many times trade has gone against me. I'm going to show you a trade I took on GU. Let me even show you that trade right now. I made analysis with others on GU. Hold on, let me just check this out. The price almost took me out, but because of where I set my stop loss, it was about 2 pips to my stop loss, and it didn't take me out any longer. So I didn't set my stop loss at an obvious zone, and I gave my trade some breathing room. So at that point, whenever you do that, you have more edge than other traders who just set stop loss anyhow, drop it anywhere, and expect anything to happen. So let's just go on to that trade and let's check on it. So this was the trade on GU. I took it from the 5 minutes time frame. Now this was my demand zone. Okay, this was the demand zone I was expecting to buy from. If you go on my Instagram page, you'll see that video that's of my analysis before and after. So now, normally every trader was supposed to put their stop loss below the demand zone, isn't it? Now I put my stop loss at this area, around this area. That's about 15 pip stop though. No, I used a 10 pip stop loss rather. So my stop loss was around this area. Then this was where my take profit was. My take profit was where at the next supply zone. So it's either your stop loss is at the next, your take profit is at the next supply, demand, support or resistance, or the next reversal point. So this was where my take profit is. It was a 1:8 risk to reward ratio trade. Just imagine what the market did. Just imagine what the market did. The market tapped because it was a limit order. Market took me into the market, went a little bit in profit, came back against me. I wasn't scared because I knew what I was doing. So I just let the trade run. The trade came down. Then you can see how it moved massively. So imagine if I use my stop loss at this point. Just imagine what would have happened. I literally would have gotten angry, so angry because I would be like, trade took me out and then still went in my direction. So setting stop loss and take profit at obvious zones is what you don't want to do in trading. So let me just check out for another example. You can see this. You can see this one over here. You can see this one over here. This is an area of resistance. Am I right? Like so clear. This is an area of resistance. Now, on the normal basis, this is the like first touch, second touch, and this is your third touch. On the normal basis, you're supposed to pick yourself from here, and then your stop loss would have just been above the zone, maybe 20 pip stop loss. Your take profit would have just been anywhere you like, and the price would have taken you out. Or even if price didn't take you out, price would have come and gotten in your direction and then gone against you. See, price would have come in your direction, few pips to your stop loss, then it would have gone against you, taking you out, maybe at break even or still hit your stop loss. And at that point, you'll be so frustrated. So setting your stop loss and take profit anyhow, it's one thing you don't want to do because that's one of the things that determine your success as a trader. So your stop loss would have not been an obvious zone, it would have given your trade room to run, and then your take profit would have been at the next reversal point, which is this one here. These are your take profit would have been either here or here, whichever. So that's one thing you must always understand. I don't want to make this video too long. I just hope you understand the concept of what I'm trying to say. Just go back to your chart, back test what I'm trying to say, and you will understand that this is a very powerful strategy. And ensure that, remember, your stop loss must not be tight. That is, you must give your trade some breathing room. The market doesn't just, you shouldn't expect the market to just tap into your zone and reverse. You're not a market maker. It happens, but that you shouldn't expect that. I always say that aim for the best, expect the worst. So always give your trades a breathing room so that in case the market decides to take some retail traders out, you won't be part of those retail traders that will be taken out. And then your take profit should always be at the nearest reversal point. Let me just use that language. Nearest reversal point. Nearest reversal point can be a demand zone, a supply zone, a support or a resistance zone. Let it just be the nearest reversal what? Reversal point to give you that edge in your trading. So that is just that for setting stop loss and take profit the right way. Thank you all for watching this video. And before we go, I would also like you guys to follow me on IG over here. This is my page here, TITUS FOREX _. I would like you guys to follow my page, my Instagram page. And I also post a lot of reels. Every single day I post about 2-3 reels every day, giving you guys updates and at least giving you guys some trading tips, a whole lot of trading tips. I drop it every day. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you have any question concerning what you have learned so far, just place your comment on the comment section and I will ensure to reply them as fast as possible. So like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you all. TITUS FOREX.